I feel a bit depressed at the moment. And look, this is more of a sober, self-reflective video that I'm doing, not my normal pumped up, exciting, life is wonderful, let's all make money, let's all create freedom and everything else like that. I feel a bit depressed at the moment. And what I want to do is, part of our values is authentic. I want to be authentic and share my experience with you, because if I just share all the good stuff with you and, try to show my life as being perfect and fantastic, well, one, I'm not being authentic, but two, I think there's a lot to learn from the negative. And I'm doing this for my own selfish reasons to make myself feel better, because I'm depressed and I feel down and I feel crappy and I don't know. And even though, I've had a great day today, and the thing is, I guess there's a lot of changes happening in my life at the moment, and I'm getting out of my comfort zone. And it's normal when you get out of your comfort zone, whether it's for better or good or for bad, it's uncomfortable, and people can have different ways of dealing with it. And I suppose, I don't know, for some reason, I just feel a little bit empty inside. And my sister called me tonight, and we're talking about my father, and my father's getting older, and we've lost our mother already, probably 4 or 5 years ago now. I reckon it was 5 years ago. And the thing is, that was very hard. And losing a parent is very difficult, and it was a very tough time. And now my father is sort of, physically deteriorating a little bit, and, it's sad to see when you see it slowly happening bit by bit. And sometimes I say to myself, at the end of the day, there's one thing for certain, and that's we're all going to die. And until we die, the other thing for certain is there's going to be people around you that are going to pass away. It's a sad thing. Now, and a good friend of mine is going through a challenge at the moment, and her father's got cancer, and, it'd be a horrible place to be for her, and I feel for her. And, I feel maybe I'm being a little bit selfish by feeling sorry for myself when other people have got worse things. So I sort of feel bad for being a little bit selfish that way, but I can't help it. I feel that way. Earlier on, I felt like crying when my sister rang me and said, I think our father hasn't got long, I don't know if it's true or not. I sort of see everything as really positive, so it's hard. The Buddha says, when you try to resist something, when you try to change your state, change the way you feel, that is suffering. And then the Buddha says, by accepting things, that's the absence of suffering. So what I'm trying to do here now is accept my sadness, because by accepting it, then my suffering is gone. And I'm going to give it a shot. And look, the funny thing is, it works quite well, because the bit of wisdom, I suppose, is we really need to accept the things we can't change. 100%. Because there's no other thing that you can do about it. Like my mother passing away 5 years ago, one of the things I don't want to accept, I have to, and that's the way it is. The sun getting up tomorrow morning, you have to accept it, because that's the way it is. So I think accepting the things you can't change is really important. And then also, if you can change something and you don't like it, then change it, right? And I suppose what I really hate is when people complain about something, because I call these people ask holes, because they go, oh, give me some advice. A friend of mine, she's like that, and she's like, my husband's cheating on me, blah, 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 what do I do? And I go, well, look, at the end of the day, you got to talk to him and work it out, but, you can't just keep going on and just keep coming and asking me for advice what to do, because you know what to do. But she goes, oh, but I can't do this because of this and this, and she's got all excuses. And I'm like, look, don't complain about him to me if you're not going to do anything about it, because I don't want to hear about it, because I like solving things. And it's really annoying hearing someone complain about someone they're with 24/7 over and over again, because there's no point, you know. You either change it or accept it, but there's no point complaining about it. And I think a lot of people get stuck that way. It's a bit like this guy. He had his neighbour had this dog that kept whining, and he comes over to his neighbour's house and goes, "Oh, that dog keeps whining. What's wrong with that dog?" And he goes, "Oh, he's sitting on a nail, and it's painful enough for him to whine, but not painful enough to get off. So just sitting on there and whining about it." And I feel a lot of people like that. They're sitting on the fence, and the thing is, the fence is like sitting on that nail. See, it's painful, it's horrible. So if you're sitting on the fence about anything, if you feel uncomfortable about anything and something's overwhelming you and you're too scared to get out of your comfort zone, well, that's a really shit place to be. So I suggest, you know, even though it's scary getting out of your comfort zone and making a decision, get out there and make that decision and go either this way or that way. Now, you might be wondering why I've got a picture of myself behind me. It's actually a painting that a friend of mine did for me, so it's not me, you know, thinking I'm great and having a photo up there with nowhere else to put it up here upstairs. So, I must say, accepting my sadness has made me feel better. So, for anyone out there, if you feel sad about something, emotions don't last, and sometimes you've got to get into it and just feel it, you know. And I haven't 100% recovered. It's sort of like a wave. So now I feel fine, but I've got little butterflies in my stomach and sometimes in here, and I just feel a bit weird. But the fact of it is, you know, I know I'm going to get over it. And by accepting it, I know it's not going to give me power, because when you try to push a negative emotion down, I feel like you're giving it energy, you're giving it space, you're giving it, you focus, or whatever you focus on grows in your life. If you focus on it, so you need to just accept it. So there you go. But the thing is, like, it's not all, you know, rainbows and unicorns and whatever it is, fairy floss in anyone's life, no matter who you are. And that's just the fact of it. And what I want to say is, look, we're all human and we're all going through this together. And it doesn't matter if you've got financial freedom or you don't have financial freedom, or, you know, because life is suffering, right? And you've got to just face that fact that it is suffering. But the beautiful thing about life is a lot of times we get to choose what we're going to suffer for. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it's all about. You know, because people say to me, you know, why are you doing this property thing and why are you helping people? And I just do it because I love it. But it's also tough as well. But it's my tough that I've chosen to do, because doing nothing's tough. Doing something else is tough. It's just what I've chosen. You know, I work out every week. Well, actually twice a week now. And it's tough, but I choose that suffering, so I enjoy it. So when I get sore from a workout, you know, I get a sore chest or something, I really enjoy that. And the thing is, if someone punched me and I was sore, I wouldn't really feel good about it. But doing a workout, I feel good about it, you know what I mean? So there we go. So guys, that's my little rant for this Wednesday night. I already had a, you know, really cool rant in our Australian property chat, and I just thought I'd do this. And the thing is, it's made me feel better. So really, at the end of the day, look, if you're going through a hard time, try not to avoid it, because avoidance, and this goes on to what I spoke about on the weekend when I said, you know, people trying to run away from their problems, you know, making them worse. It's about running away from negative emotions. That's what it really comes down to, because, you know, getting out of your comfort zone, making a decision, doing something good is all about getting out of your comfort zone, and that's difficult for people. And the fact of it is, it's much easier for me to just say, hey, I'm going to accept it, than me to fight it all night and feel depressed. Is it going to be gone completely? I don't know. I'll see. I'll find out tomorrow. You know, because it's still sort of in and out. But from when I push play on the camera, record on the camera, this feels much better already. You know, and you know, we can't always be positive anyway. I mean, who wants to be positive? How boring it feels if you're happy all the time. You'd be like you're a lunatic, you know. It's okay to be sad or depressed sometimes. It's completely natural, completely normal, nothing wrong with it, you know. And here I am, and that's it. So guys, have a great Wednesday night. Thanks for listening to me rambling along. And, you know, I hope that through me being authentic and sharing my journey, that people can learn something or gain something. So if you get some value, great, that's awesome. Keep watching. And if you don't, I suppose, don't watch me anymore, but thanks for that. Cheers.